Then you may have heard in the Chancellor's budget last week that Teesside is set to be at the forefront of the government's plans to power every home with offshore wind energy by 2030. Now, more details have just been released. The government's investing £20 million in the port at the Teesside Offshore Manufacturing Centre site so that wind turbine manufacturers can set up factories there, eventually creating up to 3,000 new jobs. How fantastic is that? GE Renewable Energy will be the first company on site, and they're building a new factory making the blades for wind turbines. It'll even create 750 jobs and around 1,500 indirect jobs as a result. There's also £75 million for the Able Marine Energy Park on the River Humber, which is run by Peter Stevenson, who has Able UK's Greythorpe Yard here on Teesside. And that project is expected to create 3,000 jobs as well. Let's have a chat now to George Rafferty, who is the Chief Executive of NOF, the North East-based National Business Development Organisation for the energy sector. Very good morning to you, George. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Amy.
Now, give us your reaction to this morning's news, because this, on the face of it, seems like an amazing announcement for our region.
Well, in your weather report there, Amy, you mentioned about the brisk winds and the strong winds, and I would say that wind has brought fantastic news to the northeast of England, Teesside in particular, with the announcement from GE on their new blade manufacturing site. So it's fantastic news. It's fantastic news for the local supply chain, which is leading the way in the development of offshore wind, but also very much from a personal perspective. I've been a resident of Teesside for the past 33 years, from resident of the northeast of England the past 33 years. So from that personal perspective, fantastic opportunity for the population of Teesside and the wider northeast. Young people coming into the industry, leaving college and university. It presents fantastic, amazing opportunities.
It absolutely truly does. Where do you think Teesside stands when it comes to renewable energy then? Are we leaders in this?
Yes, I would say that we could stake a very good claim to being the leaders in renewable energy, the development of renewable energy, not only with regard to offshore wind, but also hydrogen. And that extends, as I say, not just on Teesside, but also throughout the northeast of England. We truly are leading the way, not only here in the UK, but also internationally. Businesses here are involved in all major offshore wind projects across the globe.
So we could become world leaders then?
Yes, I think we stand a very good chance. You know, if we harness the skills, the talent, the businesses that are here, and we can definitely lead the world in the new energy space.
And how important is it that we really make the most of this kind of energy and move away from the more traditional ones in the future?
Well, you can hardly pick up a newspaper these days or listen to a news bulletin or some current affairs programme where climate change is not mentioned. So again, you know, it's vitally important that we make that transition, and NOF is working with the whole range of businesses right across the energy spectrum to make that transition away from, let's say, hydrocarbons. They will still figure in the energy mix, but actually, you know, to move away and become less dependent upon hydrocarbons and more into the renewable energy space.
And on the jobs front, I mean, I know you mentioned there about people heading into the industry and things like this. We've had all this news about the new jobs. We've had, obviously the Freeport announcement. We've had the government jobs moving up to Darlington. It just seems like a brilliant time for our region to really embrace all of this and keep the people who are training at the minute and who are looking for jobs in our hometowns.
Yeah, well, the message I would give on that point, Amy, is NOF and Energy Coast, which is the North East Offshore Wind Cluster, we carried out a very extensive supply chain mapping exercise during 2020, and that one of the points that came out of that was the ambition of businesses here in the North East of England to lead the way and to create new jobs in the renewable energy industry. So, as I said earlier, fantastic opportunities for the citizens of the North East, Teesside, up across the Tyne and the Weir area. Fantastic opportunities. Jobs will come. We have the skills, we have the people, we have the businesses that can truly lead the way.
George, you know what? Thank you so much for your time this morning. It's been lovely to chat to you. George Rafferty, who's the Chief Executive of the NOF, of course, giving us his views on that. Fantastic news. Just fantastic for our region. Honestly, it's been a good couple of weeks, hasn't it, for us here up on Teesside, County Durham and North Yorkshire. And long may that continue too.